I would like to thank Miss Danielle for sending me this story. And to be honest, Miss Danielle, if you're listening to this right now, I didn't reply back to your email, but I did know about this story. But I was just waiting to see what the consequences were going to be. And when you sent me the article, it looks like they came up with what they deemed to be a solution. I think it was yesterday. So, in case you are not on any type of social media platform, this picture right here went viral. And this little pipsqueak's name is Noah Crowley. He is 18 years old and he's from Florida. I swear, that state of Florida is probably one of the most racist states ever. Ever. It may have the mouse living there, but it is a very racist state. But this picture went viral a couple days ago because prom season is excuse me. Prom season is sorry about that. Y'all had a little coughing attack, but I'm good now. Like I was saying, prom season is approaching. Everyone's getting ready. People are, getting prepared. Because I think for most people, prom is usually like mid-May, and then graduation is like a couple weeks after, depending on what school you go to and when graduation falls. So in the last couple of years, we've seen a lot of kids get creative with how they ask their potential date to prom. And some of them were very interesting. But this one right here is far from cute or interesting. Let me read to you what his sign says, just in case y'all can't catch it because of how the lighting is on the picture. It says, if I was black, I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for prom. He says, if I was black, I'd be picking cotton, but I'm white, so I'm picking you for prom. This is a kid right here who knows what racism is. Do not think for 1 second that he doesn't, no matter what his bullshit apology may be. The fact that he said, if I was black, I'd be picking cotton, that lets you know that black people were slaves. And picking cotton was one of the quote unquote jobs that black people back then had to do. He probably thought that this was funny. 9 times out of 10, he definitely did. Look at that wicked smile on his face. That's not from the glare of the sun. He thought that this would be funny and this would be a joke and that nobody would say anything. See, white people are so emboldened, no matter what the age, that they do shit like this to piss black people off and think that nothing will happen to them no matter how mad we get at them. And I also have to question the parents too. He's 18 years old. That means he was born in 2000. He's one of those new millennials that I like to call him, because I'm not sure the exact title for them is. So I need to question his parents and how they are raising their son, because he didn't learn this on his own. He got it from somewhere. And it most likely came from them. Or maybe one of his other little friends. But his little friends aren't the one raising him either, so I still go back to his parents. Now, the punishment that they have decided to give this little piece of shit is that he can't go to the prom and he can't participate in the graduation because he's a graduating senior. To me, that's not enough. And then he tried to apologize, but it wasn't genuine. Like I said, when it comes to apologies, white people, for the most part, when it comes to apologizing for racism that they've committed, it's never genuine. And you know how I know? Because he says in his apology, let me see if I can find it. I can't exactly find it right now, but it says, if I offended anyone, whenever a person starts off an apology with if I offended anyone, knowing good and damn well that you did offend a lot of people, whether you knew them or not, that's not an apology. Because you're not technically apologizing for your actions. You're trying to smooth yourself over without having to actually apologize. And they think that that shit actually is supposed to work, and it doesn't. Sure, he won't be able to go to prom. Sure, he won't be able to attend graduation, but he'll still graduate because all they have to do is send his diploma in the mail. And he'll still go on. And see, the thing is, this story right here is going to get so buried, and people are going to forget about it. And like colleges, wherever he applies to, they're not going to know anything of this story. So they're about to accept a racist into their school. But then again, many of them who are on those school boards and those administrations are also racist their damn selves. So I'm sure they are going to be prepared to welcome him with open arms. And he's not the only one. He's just the only one that was bold enough to make a sign saying this shit. If I was black, I'd be picking cotton. Well, if I were you, if this was me and I saw you, you'd be picking your teeth up off the floor. And this also points out something. He said, if I was picking cotton, if I was black, I would be picking cotton, but I'm white. So that basically lets you know that white people back then didn't even do their own goddamn labor. But we already knew that. And apparently he does too. We know that white people, for the most part, are some of the most laziest people on the face of the planet, especially back then. They had to buy people and force them into harsh labors for hundreds of years to do their work and then reap all the benefits. And then have the nerve to turn around and tell us that we need to pull ourselves up by our own bootstraps. Isn't that amazing how that works? Not in a good way, but it's amazing nonetheless. And they've convinced people for generations that they are a moral compass and that we are just supposed to just go away after our so-called work is done. They are full of shit, and so is this kid. I'm sorry, this man, because technically by law, 18 means you're a grown adult. So this man is full of shit. That sign is full of shit. He is, and so is that bullshit apology that he so-called gave. And that punishment or lack thereof is full of shit as well. So what? He doesn't go to prom. Okay. They say he's not able to attend any more social events for the rest of the year. The year's pretty much done. How much more social can they get? All they have left pretty much is prom. And if it was like my high school when I graduated, their little senior picnic and graduation. That's it. It's not like it was the beginning of the school year where, they could kick him out of school. And see, the thing is, it says that he's not able to attend any more social events. They didn't kick him out of school. So he's still going to be able to go to school because they still have classes and final exams and whatnot to do for the next month or however long they have to be in school. So his punishment is very, very lightweight, and it's very, very much a slap on the wrist. But then again, that doesn't surprise me. They need to start letting people who are affected by their actions deliver the punishments. But if that was to ever occur, well, it might get a little physical. And they not gonna want that. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.